the yeah. Yeah, I totally messed up with where I was saying my video should be showing. So yeah, if there's going to be a little bit of awkwardness just now while I wait for people to find me, because usually I schedule these videos. So if you're not already, if you follow me, if you hit subscribe on YouTube, then you'll be able to get notifications of when these videos are coming out. Apart from today, where I totally messed up the notifications, and hopefully people will be able to find me. But yes, if you hit subscribe, then you'll get notifications of when I go live. Usually on Sundays at around 4 o'clock, I do these Makers Monthly needle felting kits where we do some needle felting things. And today, what we're going to be doing is making the mama elephant to go with our little Dumbo baby elephant, or getting started on him anyway. While I'm waiting for some people to come in because of aforementioned mess up, last week I did use the wrong wire for part of my baby elephant, so I don't have enough left of the right wire because I'm an idiot, so don't do what I did. So I've just taken some garden wire that's not quite going to be strong enough, so I've cut it to double the length I need, and then I'm just going to, without getting it in my eye, but I'm just going to twist this because the garden wire itself is too weak for what we want. So if I have 2 bits twisted, then that'll be slightly stronger. Now it looks like we've got a couple of people that have found me, so thank you so much. Guys, if you were here from the scheduled live that I totally messed up, could you please firstly let me know that everything is working here, but could you leave a note somewhere in that stream chat to let people know the link for this video, and if someone could post onto Facebook to let people know this is where we are, and I'll get started in a little while. So sorry for the mess up. I will no doubt explain what happened all over again. It's been one of those days trying to get stuff to work. Even this is not wanting to cooperate, because although the sun's not out, it is still hotter than the surface of the sun just now, and I am, my hands are sweaty. Let's just be honest about it. My hands are sweaty here, so it's making this harder. It's just not wanting to twist quite as well as it usually would. I need one of those rope making devices. We have Serena in the house. Hello there. Thank you so much for joining. And Leona at Creative Knits finally made it to 1 on time. I so nearly didn't make it to 1 on time. So thank you so much for joining in. Usually I show up halfway through. It's noon in Nova Scotia. Awesome. Right, that's good to know. So you guys are a little bit later. I think it's 11 in... I muddle up my over the pond timings, but I think it's 11 for most people, so noon's a bit better. I did sleep so late. Not so bad today, but yesterday had a second vaccination type thing, and I'm going, yeah, I'm absolutely fine, and I really am, but I just thought I would have a lie-in on Saturday, and yeah, it was nearly 11 o'clock, so maybe there was something there. But yeah, guys, if you were waiting in the other stream that I messed up, apologies. Could you leave a note for people to find us here, and if someone could post in Facebook, I would totally appreciate it. I'm having a being an idiot day, so I messed up. That's all I can say. So thank you for joining us. All I'm doing just now, for everyone who missed the start, which is everyone, because idiot, last week I used some wire that I shouldn't have from my baby elephant, so I've just got some weak garden wire that I've cut to double length, and I'm twisting it to make it a little stronger because it's a bit too weak. So that's all I'm doing just now. So Diana, hello there. Nadim, your sales are very low. What can I do? I will talk about that in a second once we get into this properly. But yeah, hopefully I can help you with that. Serena, oh, it's red hot, but I'm unwell, so freezing cold. Oh, you poor thing. Snuggled up on the sofa with my dressing gown and blanket. Oh, I hope you feel better soon. That's miserable. Carol, it's too hot to be in the garden. I know, I had to go and fetch my dog indoors because she would just lie out there the whole time and then like be so toasted she can barely stand up. Seriously, could you go and sit in the shade? But she likes to just lie in the garden. But I brought her in so I don't have to worry about her overheating while I'm online. Right, we've got that done. So this is going to be the legs. I think I vaguely remember how to make these. So let's go. Let's do a famous last words today. Remember to mute so we don't get stereo microphones for more than a second. And I will check. Here's the baby in the corner. I'll check I'm using. Right, that's the long wire for the body, and these are the legs. I will start on the actual sensible, proper maker's wire first of all. So it's a U shape. Diana, it must be hot to keep Carol out of her garden. I know, exactly, but it really is. So we do the little U shape. Hope I'm going to have enough. I did set aside enough brown, but we do know that I use too much all the time. So we're going to dive in with a bit of this brown, and then I'm just going to wrap it. Follow the instructions that we used last week to make the feet and then the legs. And Nadim, right, while I'm doing this, and I can answer your question. So if anyone has any questions on making or selling their items, any kind of crafty or anything you can legally sell on Etsy, let's put it down to that. I thought I'd lost my needle there. So firstly, it's your sales are really slow just now. Kind of everybody's are. It's always a little more quiet at this time of the year. Last year was an exception because everyone had to be inside and not go to shops and things. But just now, shops are a little bit more open. People are a little bit more able to go out, a little bit wanting to go out and do things. The weather is roasting. Everywhere's having interesting weather. Like to all my friends in Europe, like really sorry to see what's going on in Germany and the Netherlands and everything. I think that's where it is, with the floods and everything. But yeah, the weather has been very hot. I mean, look, I'm in Scotland and I'm sweating. I actually have a big t-shirt on just now because I got sunburnt a little bit yesterday. I decided to take a long lunch. Well, in Scotland we would say kind of rip the piss, take a bit of an extra long lunch break, and I snuck away to the beach for like an hour, and I did get a little bit pink. So I'm not the only one sneaking away to the beach. People are going out and doing things just now. I know it's not good to hear, but sales are slow for most people. They're going to be a lot slower than they were like Christmas last year. They're going to be a lot slower than they were in January and stuff. This is the time where it's slow. So what you can do, what everyone can do, I actually made a video on this a couple of weeks ago. First, relax a little bit. I know it's not good to hear if you super need your Etsy sales, if you need your sales to live off. I know it's not good to hear, but this is the normal. Most self-employed type businesses have seasons. They have seasons where you're busy and seasons where you're more quiet. And right now, for most of us with online sales, we're in the more quiet season. So we really have to kind of plan for our income to balance through the whole year. And, sad to say, I was actually just watching a video from a YouTuber. They were talking about doing YouTuber, but it just applied so well for selling online as well. People start trying to sell their art and craft thinking they're immediately going to go in and get good sales right away. But we've got to, he said, this is where I've just thought of it because I said the word seasons. He said there are seasons to being self-employed, and the first season to being self-employed is a side hustle. We should be having some other form of income, and your sales are just something on the side. I really, really would not suggest to anyone to kind of give up their day job. You've got to have money from elsewhere. And then your second season is when you're that sole worker and your income's coming from your sales. But even then, I would never ever say that all of your income should be coming from like one Etsy shop or something. You need alternative forms of income, like I sell on my Etsy shop. I also make YouTube videos, which brings in some money. I work for eRank, for those of you that don't know. I have affiliate marketing stuff, doesn't bring in a lot of money. I'm looking into doing some sponsored videos. I have done some in the past, actually, but I'm looking into doing some sponsored videos on this channel as well. Hopefully, there should be relevant things, so keep an eye out for them. So, whole loads of other forms of money coming in. But the other thing to do is to start getting ready for what's coming up. Looking into keyword research and kind of thinking of ideas for new ranges for when it's going to get busier. It starts to get busier for the back to school time, and then for Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas gifting. That's when it starts to get busy, I'm afraid. It would be nice to say it's soon, but well, we're the middle of July. People start looking for Christmas things pretty soon, so totally, get Halloween, get Christmas things out there. That's all. That's what I'm doing. I'm building up a whole range that. Right, this is the fun thing. I'm procrastinating. I've made a range of things. I found them really fun, and it kind of really sort of helped me with any kind of creative block. I started on them, and I was like, had tons of ideas for new similar things within that range. Oh, my twisted wire is working really, really well with the extra twisting. So now these are super strong legs. So I've started a range, but I know most of the keywords. I've got to do some more keyword research, but I'm procrastinating to photograph them and start making the listings. So I'm thinking, if any of you are interested, what I'm calling it in my head is a speed run. If anyone who knows gaming things, like people do like games and they try and get through it the fastest. So I want to see if I can speed run creating a range for Etsy, like doing all my keyword research, taking the photographs, getting a listing out there. We're getting a range of listings ready to go as quickly as I sort of can. So I thought that might be a fun thing to do sometime, because it'll encourage me to actually do it. But anyway, rambling on there. I hope that kind of helps. Anyone who's selling stuff, it sucks, but it's quiet just now. Oh, Serena, you're just waiting until after 5, then the other half is home from work. He can take the kids to the pool and you can go back to bed. Oh, I'm so sorry you feel so rubbish. Honestly, feel better soon. That's rubbish. And it's worse to feel rubbish when everyone is outside and having fun and you just want to curl up. Oh, well, I hope he comes back nice and soon, and you can get a break. Oh, and tell the kids to look after you. Mum's not feeling great. Just be nice to me for a bit. All right. Yeah, I was supposed to wrap the whole leg. I'm going to wait on that just because I'm not sure that I'm not going to run out of fluff. So I'm going to wait on wrapping the entire leg, build up the body, and then we'll see what we've got left. I think it's going to be enough, but we know me. I run out. Or should, yeah. Sorry, makers. I always go off piste. Okay, adult body. Take the long piece of wire and bend it at 30 centimeters. Oh, I've got to kind of guess because it's longer than the ruler we get here, but that's not bad. This will allow 6 centimeters for the tail. Oh, I've gone not way, a bit more than. Let's just pull that down a tiny bit. There we go. Right. Oh yeah, I forgot this was how we did this bit. Cover 3 centimeters around the bend I made. Yeah, this is a totally different way of doing trunks from what I would have done. It's cool. I love this kind of bending the wire because then you get the wire doubled up. It's extra strong, and also the sharp edges. Like if you'd have just done the trunk with one piece of wire, you would still have to fold it over because you've got a sharp edge of wire there. Although the wires from the makers, this is the makers monthly box, the wires from the makers aren't too sharp, which is cool. I'm laughing again, remembering how awful these look before you get onto them. Oh boy. Bridget, hello there. You were waiting on the wrong video. Yes, I'm so sorry. I messed up today. If someone can leave a link in the other video to let people know that we're here, and someone drop a link on Facebook, I would appreciate it. I messed up today. That's all I can say. Technology beat me. Right, close the bend and twist up for 13 centimeters. Oh, that's all going to be trunk to about there. Do I have a little Sharpie? I've usually got. There we go. I was going to say, don't tidy up. You can't find all your stuff. But 13 is about there. So I'm just marking that because we've got to wrap fleece up to 13 centimeters. Serena, oh, your 7-year-old is watching the tablet with a 3-year-old, and the 5-year-old is playing dolls with a 2-year-old. Oh, well, that's good of them then. Yeah, they are. They're looking after each other. The big ones are looking after the little ones. That is good. Oh, I was supposed to twist this just to make it more secure. No, that's cool. That makes it a lot easier for you. I thought I'd lost my pen markings on this. Right, that goes up to about there. And then we're allowed to wrap. Follow the instructions, Pam. And it just looks like so much trunk and so little body. Hopefully I can make this work again. It did last time. Trust the process, Pam. Trust the process. I'm not even sure how far we're going to get today because I'd like Mum not to be so fluffy, so I might take my time with it and make sure the body's a bit more firmly felted. Although baby being quite fluffy is quite adorable. I was going to say elephants aren't fluffy, but they do have a kind of. They do have hair on them. They're not fluffy though. I know Diana, she does have her hands full. Not just several kids, but the ages as well, between 7 and 2. So they all do need a lot of attention. So Dad's gonna have fun at the swimming with those as well. But at least it'll give you a bit of peace, because at that age they do need a lot of attention. Says me like I'm an expert and everything. So we had the front legs are a narrower pair. We'll take these ones. Insert and twist. And we want to twist for 6 centimeters. which I'm just kind of eyeballing. It's going to be most, from last week, I know it's going to be most of the wire, so I'm not even going to measure it too much. And I've made sure I've got a bit left to be able to wind that. And then he's going to have much bigger tail than the baby. There we go. We're done. He can stand up and take a bow. Right. And then we've got to wind up the tail. Bridget, very intriguing t-shirt print. Just it's just a kitten witch with a moon. Yeah, I didn't say the whole trends for fall 2021 video. I'm just editing that just now and it should be out this week. I've done all the speaky bit. I've just got the fun bit, but the time consuming bit of getting all the images to show you all what's going on. But when you watch it, you'll see how this is the trends for fall 2021. Everything that's going on in this t-shirt, which is hilarious. I'm in trend. How did that happen? So yeah, there's a surprise. Right. Ooh, right, white. Take a pinch aside. I don't think this is the right white. This is just my white that I've got sitting. But take some aside for the tasks. We're going to make an oval, which is as wide as the body from the back to the trunk. So he's going to be as wide as he is long. That's actually not far off it. Let's not add a pinch of blue that's got caught up in the wool. Oh, Serena, your kids are normally arguing and fighting, but they're playing nice today. Oh, well, that's good of them. I think sometimes they do realise that, yeah, mum's not going to take any nonsense today, so they've got to behave a bit. And if they don't, just tell them that I told them to. So, yeah, if you need anything like that, the person on the telly, the kids, behave yourselves. Had years ago, actually, the woman I am thinking of here, she's now turned into a fantastic woman, but she was the daughter of one of my friends who it was always the case whenever we saw her, pretty much her mum was telling her to tidy your room. So we got my friend to record a voicemail that just literally said, tidy your room. So I just think of that all the time, just getting like bigger people, different people to call up and take responsibility. I think she even had that as her ringtone. Like, basically she put it on her daughter's phone as the ringtone for whenever her mum called. It just said, tidy your room. But your kids aren't quite old enough for that kind of nonsense yet. But yes, she's now a fully grown person. And she can in fact, she nearly has kids herself that she can start telling them to tidy their own room. Wow, I think it's getting even hotter here. I shouldn't complain. I love summer, but in the crafty dungeon here, it does get rather hot. Okay, I think, because I've not really been paying attention, I do have to give that a bit more bulk and a bit more bulk at the front as well. So he's actually going to have a head. But I just did a little wrap there to attach it to the body, and then using the 3-needle tool, we'll just start to firm this up a bit. And I think, yeah, I'm going to firm this up a bit before I add the grey to it, just to start getting a shape I'm happy with, because I don't want to rely on the grey to sort of build extra shape if I'm not happy with a shape, because I have a lot of white lying about, and we know how I always run out of colour because I felt too firmly. Right, so what's everybody been doing this week? How's your week gone? Gone fast is about all I can say here. As I say, yesterday I skived. Me and the dog decided to go down to the beach at Troon, which is like one of my favourite beaches in the whole world. It was because I had to do a bit of work in the morning. I would usually go like super early because missing people, especially on a weekend. But when I got there, literally the whole car park was totally packed. And by packed, I mean people were parking on the verges and everything. There was literally no space. All down the street, outside people's houses and everything was like all totally rammed with cars. But thankfully, my parents for a short time lived in Troon, so I actually know the place a little bit better. So I was able to find a little side street to finally get parked in a little ways away from the beach. And then as I was walking up to the beach, all you could hear, it was like a school playground, all you could hear was kids shrieking and everything. Got there, tons of people. There was people camped out there were people lighting fires, there was people playing tennis on the beach and annoying everybody else. But I just walked, like you walk for 20 minutes and then suddenly there's no people at all. It was really, really nice. It's like people park the car and then just walk down the steps, drop their bag and go, yeah, this is where we're stopping, which I don't understand that, because totally that's the bit that everybody else that's coming onto the beach has to walk past you. So it sounds rubbish. Just like walk 5 minutes away from the town and you've got a beautiful beach all to yourself. And then all we saw, there's a few walkers and runners, and there was a guy like way down at the end, he was doing some kite surfing and some paddlers and things. It all looked great. I was like, I really want to get a boat, a little paddle boat or something. It looked lovely. And then I thought, because this year, and another trend that's kicking about, won't be in the trend video because it wasn't mentioned anywhere, but one thing I'm seeing is swimming costumes that are very, very wearable. Basically, what I had on was a swimming costume, but it looked like a pair of cycling shorts and a little dress top, but it was a swimming costume. So I thought, I'll try and go and swimming. But as I had Mia and I had the car and I had my phone because I was taking pictures. So first of all, I waded out with a treat bag kind of around my neck so that none of my electronics got wet. And it was so nice and warm. I thought, I want to go swimming. There was no one about. So I put the treat bag on the beach and I went to get into the water, and I thought my dog would come with me. She was trying to eat the treats. So I managed to get a up to my waist paddle in the sea, and then I had to come out and prevent my dog from running up the beach with a treat bag. So, but definitely another time. That'll be a plan for another time, because one of my friends that we've not seen since lockdown happens lives sort of up that way. So a couple of my friends have said we'll hopefully go and see her sometime really soon. So that'll be cool. So I'll be able to wear my swimming costume dress and hang out on the beach. So pray for nice weather in a couple of weeks. But yeah, that's all I've been doing. Oh, thank you all. Like 15 people have found us here. Thank you so much, with my idiotic not doing the live stream properly. So thank you. Thank you for finding me. We'll do a bit more work on this. I don't know how long we'll be on, because like I say, it is super hot. It's not going to be as bad as 2 weeks ago when the hay fever got me. But yeah, it's good. Good to have the nice weather, but it's not good when you have to work and you can't get away from it. So sad for anybody that's stuck. At least I can down tools and run off outside and paddle in the river whenever I need to. But yeah. Bridget, yeah, that's what my middle dog would do. Eat, eat, eat. Yes. Mia's favorite thing is is food. She decided the other day somehow that I dropped a treat down the sofa, and I was swearing blind that I hadn't dropped a treat down the sofa, but she just called me a liar. And literally, she just put her head down the side of the sofa and with her shoulders barged me out of the way. And she's like a 10-kilo dog. She's tiny. She just barged me out of the way, and she was there with literally her entire head down the sofa. And then she came up and just looked me directly in the eye while chewing the treat, basically like, see, told you there was a treat down the sofa. It's an embarrassment. She's my spirit animal, really. Let's face it. Because yeah, yesterday I thought to treat myself after being on the beach, and it was too hot to cook anything. And I found, this is so dangerous, I found on Just Eat there's a cake shop that delivers ice cream sundaes. So I ordered an ice cream sundae for my tea from Just Eat. So I can't complain about the dog when I eat like a 7-year-old with a credit card sometimes, let's be honest. Right. I still think he could do with a bit more chunky. I think he can still be bigger. It's the mama. It's the mama elephant. So yes, it's a she, definitely. And then once this is a bit tighter, we will wrap everything. Oh, where has everyone started their elephant needle felting? How are you getting on with it? And did you start with a mama or did you start with a baby? Let me know where you're getting with this kit. I knew I was going to enjoy this kit because I enjoy elephants anyway, but I'm really find it because it's different to how I would make stuff. The design to do the baby was so simple, really not having to think much about the shaping or anything. It just kind of came together, even though, I mean, that looks bizarre and then suddenly it becomes an elephant. So I love that. I love the chance to do sort of no fiddle projects. I would normally have to, if I was making an elephant, I would fiddle around with trying to perfect every little bit. Like the legs and the feet would be, I'd spend ages working on them. I would be putting toenails in. I would giving it wrinkly knees and everything, and all that's cool to do. But quite often you don't need to. It's actually a cool thing about doing these videos is it sort of stops the perfection, because with something this size, I would probably take about 4 hours to make it. Whereas we did it in an hour. It was great. Serena, Just Eat is dangerous. I know. Have to uninstall the app sometimes just to stop me ordering. I don't use it too often, I have to confess. But then when I do, I was just like, paying with PayPal still not like real money to me. I don't know why. I can't get my head around the PayPal money is actual money that I should be saving. I just I spend PayPal money, no problem at all. But yes, it's far too easy, isn't it? Just to see all the takeaways. Even last month when me and my friend were like in Argyle in the middle of nowhere, kind of. The coolest one, although the mobile phone signal wasn't, well, the internet signal wasn't so great at some places, but we'd been this long drive around a bit that's called the Secret Coast, which was really cool, absolutely beautiful, but we were starving as we were coming home. So we checked on Just Eat and found a takeaway from a restaurant just in Dunoon where we were staying, but we were miles away from that. So we put in an order for a collection while we were driving in the middle of nowhere, and then just drove on, got to the restaurant, picked up our food. It was brilliant. It's like we're in the 21st century. It's amazing. But yeah, I don't know why I randomly remembered that, but we had a very nice meal, and yeah, we ordered it while we were driving back from the middle of nowhere. and yeah, it was amazing. We could do that. A place that you don't know at all, really, all that well. You're able to get food and not have to wait. So cool. Right. This is not as firm as I would have done, but we just said we're going to not be perfectionists. So I'm going to get on with wrapping him. Got to do the whole legs now. Bridget, you wish you had Just Eat. You would like that. You don't have the app yet. What? I thought Just Eat was everywhere. I'm trying to remember. You're Australia, aren't you? You don't have Just Eat. Wow. No, I'm literally surprised by that because, like I say, we were in Argyll in Scotland, which is totally remote, but any little takeaway, some little shops, I think as well. They are all connected to the app. It's too good. Actually, be careful what you wish for. It's too good. But it is really handy for things like that, or when you've been at the beach and you really just want something cool and easy. It was so nice. I don't do it all the time. I've not. That's the first time since being away. When I was on holiday, that was okay to do that. But apart from that, like here, I've not done it very often at all. But it's good. Serena, you're getting a Domino's later because the other half wants one. Oh, but you're unable to eat it due to being unwell. You'll eat it tomorrow. Hey, cold pizza for breakfast. Food of the gods. But yeah, hopefully you feel a bit better tomorrow. Bridget, you've never ordered Uber either. Do you mean Uber Eats is a thing. I think that's worldwide. Oh, Uber Eats, yes. You're saying Uber Eats, yeah. So that's just the same. It's pretty much the same thing. When I hear Uber, I still think of a taxi. I've never ordered Uber Eats because I had just Eats installed, so it's easy enough to use that. I think most places that do one do the other as well anyway, so there's no reason to have both, I guess. I'm good. This video is not sponsored by Uber Eats or Just Eat, but how many people watch this and then go away and order something because they can't be bothered? Domino's sounds good, but no, I'm going to be good tonight. I already have my tea waiting for me, and I'm utterly starving just now. Unfortunately, because having an ice cream sundae for tea does make me starving the next day. It's not the healthiest. Wow, that's something. Right, I'll show you. It will become an elephant. I think on my chunking him up a bit, I might have gone a bit extreme. Oh wow, that looks interesting. I think I've gone even wilder than the picture, but we'll get a more elephanty shape. And yeah, what I'll hopefully do with this one is a bit more refining and smoothing out the shape, and we'll get an actual decent elephant shape out of this somehow, hopefully. I mean, I did just say that I was going to really firm up the white bit, and I didn't. I dived in with the grey, but we'll get there. Oh, roasting. Serena, I've only used Uber Eats once. Oh, this is a short, fluffy fibre. Only used Uber Eats once, but that's because there's no drivers for McDonald's on Just Eat, and you'd promised the kids. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I've no Just Eat. McDonald's was on Just Eat last night, I noticed. But yeah, I can see if there's no drivers about. That's a good enough excuse. Yeah, it seems all the fast food you can order. Ginger, that's Ginger. Yes, I'm trying to remember who's this. No Uber here. You are the Uber Eats in this house. Oh. And Bridget has a 17-year-old with a good raincoat and a push bike. Fair enough. Yeah. That sounds good too. Yeah, send the kids to get it. I think Serena's got to wait a wee while until hers are quite old enough to do that, though. I think 7-year-old's a little bit young to get to work doing that kind of thing. Oh my, this. Oh, he looks a bit special, but we definitely have grey left over because we're might have to build up some head, and we definitely have to make ears for this. Stop calling him a guy. Stop misgendering my elephant. It's definitely a she. It's the mama elephant. I don't think the dad elephants stay around to look after their babies. Make sure that tail's coming out of the right spot as well. Whew. Right, and now it is just going to be a whole load of stabbing, trying to think of an elephant shape. Basically, when you've got something like this, it is just thinking, where is it too fat? Where do I need to sort out the shape a little bit? And stuck my needle in the wire straight away. So I'm just thinking of basically slimming it down and smoothing it out all round. Ginger, these builds are hilarious, but they look amazing at the end. Well, look, thank you, firstly. Thank you for your faith in me. But I am sure that we're going to hit one where it ends up looking ridiculous. But it's needle felting. You can't actually mess it up. Says famous last words and everything. But basically with needle felting, you can add bits, you can cut off bits. I've had every horse I've made, I think, just about. I managed to make the body the wrong length, and I have it, and like at this stage I'm like, oh well, it's supposed to look ugly, and I'll go until it's really firmly felted, and then it's just like, nope, that's just the wrong length. So we have to do spine surgery, just like cut it in the middle and patch on a couple of extra bits of wire to make it a bit longer. But yeah, this, I know the baby looked ridiculous, so the mama is supposed to look ridiculous. But yeah, I do look at this and go, oh, but I could easily at this stage just turn this into some kind of a mole. That's the vibes it's given me just now. A kind of splatted mole. It's definitely not saying elephant to me just now. But we'll get there. I mainly kind of have faith. Definitely this is not going to be a one-day one. I'm going to have to get the rest of it next week, which is cool. I like it when the kits do like 3 weeks or so, and then we'll be ready for next week's. And if we don't, I still have the body of the Truvian dog we were starting to make before I was attacked by pollen, and we had to stop that. Bridget, the camera makes the elephant look splatted. Oh no, it's splatted just now. I've pulled the legs out so I can get round and under the belly and everything, but it does look a lot more like a splatted mole than an elephant just now. But it'll come good. And I think I worried that the body was too short, and I'm worrying that the body's a bit too long for this one. But it does. I think the adults do seem a bit longer. Ginger, yeah, horses are hard, absolutely. They're all so different. Like dog, yeah, it's true. I mean, they are difficult and they're all different, but the thing the thing that was the light bulb with me for making any of these, and why I can now say I'll make any kind of animal, especially mammals, is basically we're all built on the same sort of skeleton. It's just the length of the limbs, the length of the arms, if we've got a adapted nose type thing, but we're all built on the same design kind of, so you just need to figure out what needs adapting. The problem with horses is they're designed like they're not supposed to be able to stand up, so you really need good strong wire because they have quite chunky bodies and quite skinny wee legs, so they are hard to make stand. And more if you decide to do something jumping or rearing up or something, you're always going to have to be creative with adding some extra wire or extra design elements to stabilize them. But yeah, the skinny wee legs, and then you've just got to with them all, it's figuring out where all the joints are that really helps. So yeah, that one took me a while, but most of the animals on all four legs, the kind of wrists, ankles, hocks, knees, everything like that, are all kind of similar, just in a different proportions. So I had my dogs like sit, stand, turn around, lie down, just to see how do your limbs actually bend. And then once I'd figured all of that out, it made so much more sense. And once you realize, like, the hocks, the back leg, the hock bit, we don't, there we go, can show it. The hock bit, it seemed weird. It seems like legs bend the wrong way until you realize that bit's the heel rather than the knee. It's not backwards knees, that's the heel. So once I'd figured all that out, I know most of you are like just going, Pam, how stupid were you? But it super helped to realize all of that. So yeah, I mean, that's going to be a dog, but with a few tweaks, it could be a horse because we're all built the same. Ginger, yeah, the joints would screw me up. Some animals make no sense. They they are all pretty much the same. Well, we're not getting into like spiders and beetles and things, but mammals are all pretty much the same. Even not a mammal, we're going on to other things, but I did a frog a couple of years ago, and yeah, it was the same. Like, it would have been difficult to felt a frog, but I googled for frog skeletons, which is weird, and then made my armature based on the frog skeleton. And then once you wrap that, you just think of, adding flabby bits for muscles and belly and stuff, and if you have a good skeleton, it totally works. So yeah, you don't have to know how they work. The only thing, I got so much grief from people when I made the cat, and I just did the same. I googled cat skeletons, made that, and built the cat out of that, and so many people came at me and they were like, oh no, a cat has a floating shoulder, it's not like that. Well, I didn't make the design of the skeleton that I found, but it made a good cat. So it was good enough. I've not cut open a cat yet to find out how their insides work, but the diagram was good enough. Right, let's tidy up her leg so I can start. Let's at least get her not splatted before before we give up for today. Oh, poor elephant. She looks so bizarre. And I'm going to have to like thicken up her legs and sort out her feet a little bit more. At this, you kind of got away with it nicely with the baby. That looks like really cute. But I think the larger, I find felting larger sculptures much harder because the details have to be much more obvious. I find so. Yes, I'm going to have to work a little bit more with this. Bridget, you get it wrong lots. Make moon faces. Moon faces. But right, and then I've got to twist. We're going to have a standing up, ridiculous looking elephant before we're finished here. Oh, neighbours' dogs are barking at something. Another reason I had to bring Mia in, although she's got this treat that lasts her. I get a couple of them from the pet shop when I'm getting her food, and it lasts her about a week. But we have this thing. It takes so long because she's got to kind of. It's not a raw hide, but it's kind of like that, but more natural and better for them. But she kind of has to gnaw on it and get it soggy enough to be able to nibble at. So it kind of annoys her to do that. So what she likes to do is bury it in the garden till it becomes soggy and then go and dig it up and chew it. So we sort of have this thing where I try and only give her the treat when the back door's closed. And then pick it up and put it away when I'm going to open the back door. But she always tries to remember if I've forgotten to pick it up. And you'll see she'll go out the back door and then she'll come sneaking in and pounce on the treat and run out with it again. So yeah, today she was lying in the garden chewing on the soggy, freshly dug up treat. She's more clever than me. Serena, you're loving making ponies and horses since the maker's pony. Yeah, that wee pony was great fun. Yep. And it worked really well, even though mine was quite fat. I should do some more as well. I used to get lots of orders for like Highland ponies and Shetland Cape Shetland ponies and things. Yep. You've made 3 ponies and halfway through one, but not done the leg joints. Yeah. Again, the leg joints aren't so bad. You've just gotta look at them because the legs are so skinny. First, obviously, bend them where they're supposed to be, but it's more like kind of finger joints. The knuckles kind of do stick out. You know, the kneecaps and everything do stick out a little bit more. So I've just found with the horses, like where the if this was the front, where the knee's going to be, you just want to take a little bit extra and sort of put a little cross over, and then felt that in to make a slightly more bulbous knee. They do have quite prominent knees and things like that. Oh, Ginger, not looking forward to being outside today. 90, which I'm guessing is Fahrenheit, because you would die if it was our units. With Canada forest fire smoke. Oh, nightmare. Might as well be working next to a fire pit. Yeah. Actually, as I was driving, wow, she's darling. I'm taking Uber number off of you. No more Just Eat for you. She will felt them. While I was driving to the beach yesterday, there was plumes of black smoke coming across the road. Thankfully, not forest fires or anything. Well, not trees grow back. It was the beautiful old train station in Troon was on fire, which was a shame. I only found out about that when I came back home. But yeah, the forest fires and everything would be horrible. I like fire, like a little controlled fire. I like a little controlled fire. And I like the smell of a small controlled fire, but I can't imagine these forest fires and everything. That would be like what am I? One of the cool kids? That would be just horrible. Horrible for all the people that live close by and the animals and everything too. Yeah, the world's kind of crazy, isn't it? We've got floods and fires and everything. Kind of sounds biblical. But yeah, I hope everyone stays safe. It's very unpleasant. Right, I think we have got a good way to go to even have this looking slightly like an elephant. Oh, I will felt her trunk a little bit more. But yeah, then I think we'll. My goodness, That's still giving me mole vibes or something. Still not giving me elephant vibes. I know it will. I know the baby did in the end. I know it mainly looks like it's supposed to in the picture. Yeah, Bridget, Canada's had the heat bubble where it's trapped all the hot air in and everything. I've got some friends in Canada. Oh, talking about temperatures, just for a laugh for any sciencey people, we were talking about units of measurement on Facebook. How especially I think in the UK and Canada especially we have such a mix of different units. Like you can measure a person in feet and inches, but distance in meters, kilometers, miles, or football pitches and and stuff like that. And we're saying how everyone should just go to SI units, should go to proper scientific units. And then I thought about what would we be saying about temperatures if we all went to SI units. So if we went into Kelvin, we'd be talking about the heat wave, like, oh, goodness, it's above 300 today, which would sound fantastically hot. Because Kelvin be much bigger. But yeah, I only work temperatures in centigrade. But the news, like on our weather reports, you'll get told like when it's cold, it'll be like 0, which is freezing, or -1 or something. But when it gets really hot, because I think the numbers just sound so much better, they'll go, oh, it's going to be over 100 today or something. Oh, Ginger, you'd gladly take some of the European rain. Nothing in many weeks. Our greenwoods are browning. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, which I was going to say it doesn't help the fires. It very much helps the fires, not in a good way. Yeah, it's a shame we can't move weather about a bit, isn't it? Send you some of their rain. Here in Scotland, we seem to be sort of the best of both just now, which is very not normal for us. But yes, it's horrible to see one side of the world could really do with the rain, and the other side could do with quite a little bit less. Yes, but I hope everyone's okay. Yeah, so we'll pray that we can send you some rain over. I keep just about to say I'm going to stop now, but it's going to look good. It's going to look good. Trust the process. Don't even look at your mama just now. She's going through a bit of a makeover. I know it's going to be okay. It's starting to feel elephanty at the back slightly. The front's just special. Doesn't look like a splatted mole anymore. But yeah, she definitely needs firmed up a little bit. I don't think she would be able to stand. It's actually, in my defense, it's not looking so far off the picture now. Okay, guys. I'm going to pretty much leave you to it just now, mainly because I'm starving and roasting and want to get all the windows open again and switch the studio lights off. But yeah, keep an eye out for this week. I, I'm saying this to make sure that I do it. And we'll have the trend report out, which I think is cool for any crafter, not just people selling on Etsy or whatever. It's not just based on Etsy. All sorts of things, even computer games. I've been looking into the trends there to get an idea. So that will be out this week. I am determined. And we will be back same time, same place, but hopefully with a better prepared live stream. Something that works. Oh, it's been a nightmare. Yeah. What's Bridget saying? That's odd. We only do Celsius for temperature and metric for measurements. Yeah, well, centigrade Celsius It's the same scale, it just starts in a different place. Um, so it works. I had no problem. I actually have a degree in industrial chemistry, so I'm used to converting units and stuff. So that totally works. um, for us, that's science units. That's fine. Um, Okay, guys. Yeah, happy Sunday. Oh, Bridget, it's 8 degrees there. I'll swap you some of that. It's I don't know. It's I'm embarrassed. My computer says it's 19. We're usually a bit warmer than what the weather says we are. I it feels a lot worse. Ginger had taken 8 degrees C. All right, guys. Okay. Anyway, take care. Happy Sunday.